Purdue gets a win that I feel like was expected and was decently easy, but it was important to move us up in the Big Ten standings. And I think we are now tied for number one or somewhere in there. We're up in the higher parts. And we started the year in the bottom parts conference wise. We started the year really bad conference wise, and now we're up at the top. So it's pretty cool. It was a good game. Freaking Eric Hunter Jr. just went off. He had a great game. He had an amazing game. Eric Hunter Jr. Every time I saw the ball leave his hands, it was like watching Jaden Ivey shoot. Like every time Jaden Ivey shoots a shot, you think it's going in. And usually with Jaden Ivey, like, it's either too light or it's too hard. He's very rarely off target. It was like that with Eric Hunter Jr. tonight. He was, like, every time the ball left his hands when he was shooting, I thought that thing was swishing through the net. And when he would drive in, he just seemed to, like, have all the moves. Step back, pump fakes, fake passes, everything to create space, and then step back, shoot it, or go up and lay it in. And most of the time, he freaking made it. He had a very, very good game. This was like his coming out game. I don't care that it was later into the season. Better late than never. I mean, he still had good games before this. It's just for every reason people were like expecting him to put up amazing stats, which I don't understand why. Defensively all year, he's put up very good numbers. But just offensively, for whatever reason, people were expecting like amazing production out of him. But I feel like he's done very well this season so far. But today, he had a very good game. Very, very good game. Him and Jaden Ivey together in the backcourt today. Oh my goodness, because Jaden Ivey also had a good game with 21 points. Trevion had a tough one out there tonight. Foul trouble, stuff like that. But he did eventually get it going later in the second half, so. Zach Edey had a good game. Just bodying guys in the post. I saw Minnesota players on the bench complaining about his elbows and stuff like that, and it's just like, you guys have watched film on this guy probably like all week preparing for this. You should know at this point how Zach Edey plays. You should be prepared to take some elbows. Like, his elbows are at your face level because he's just that tall. Like, stop complaining because you're frustrated that you can't defend the guy because he's just too big and he's too good. Sasha Stefanovic, 200 career three-pointers. Frickin' legend. He's been one of my favorite players since he came here. I've always enjoyed watching Sasha Stefanovic, and it's nice to see him get that career milestone in, sadly, what is his last season with Purdue. But he's getting in the record books. I mean, no Purdue fan's ever going to forget Sasha Stefanovic. He's always going to be a Purdue legend, in my opinion. Mason Gillis did normal Mason Gillis things, fighting for rebounds, getting high-efficiency shots up, playing good defense, just being gritty and grindy and tougher than anyone else you've ever seen pick up a basketball. Caleb First had a good game. He's been kind of low-key for like this middle part of the season, and he's a freshman. He doesn't get a ton of touches. Like, he fills his role well. I think next year or his junior year, we can expect to see him take a bit of a leap forward statistically. You gotta be a bit more patient with him, He's gonna take some time. We've been kind of privileged with like Mason Gillis and Brandon Newman and Jaden Ivey and Zach Edey. Like all four of those players immediately came in and just bang. As soon as they touched the floor, bang, they were good. Caleb First is gonna be a bit more of a project just because he doesn't get that many touches, so we gotta be a bit chill with his progression. It's gonna take time to develop him. But his development is looking very good. I mean, Ethan Morton, he had a good game. Everybody really had a good game, and we won. So I can't complain. And it looked like we were going to blow the lead. It was down to single digits, but then we got it back up to double digits, and at the end we won by like 15 or something like that. So we were actually able to keep a lead, and I think it was because Matt Painter kept the same intensity from the first minute of the game to the last minute of the game. I think he was getting a bit relaxed before, and then he saw that his guys couldn't handle the privilege of not being yelled at even when they're up by 20, and so he took that privilege away, and there's now no more relaxation. Matt Painter will be on you for everything now, which there's no problem. It sucks as a player to be like, you're up 25 and your coach is yelling at you because you made a dumb pass or whatever, and you're like, what? We're up by 25, who cares? But then the next second, you're only up by 9, and you're just looking around like, what the heck just happened? So keep that intensity. As a player, it sucks. You don't like it. I mean, if you look at it from a certain perspective, you can learn to like it, but for the most part, getting yelled at, it's not fun. But it does keep you mentally sharp, and even if it's just out of pure spite that you don't want to make a mistake, you still don't want to make a mistake. So the coach's goal is achieved. Good game. Matt Painter did a good job today. This was a good game. This was a good game against this Minnesota team that started the year off pretty well, and then these last few games has been not very good. So it was good that we were able to capitalize on that. See you guys next time. As always, I'm not funny. And freaking watching the Red Wings game after that, I saw Fabry get in a fight. I get to do another fight breakdown. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, see you guys next time.
Just got unlucky on a few plays tonight, you know. One of those plays, I thought he was standing still, but he just hit the shit out of that one guy, and the guy went flying. They blew the whistle, and they called it on him.